DepEd Cebu Province TV-based instructions program, Sugbo Daily Classic. Sa Sugbo, bata ang sentro sa pandibisyon.
Dasig Sugbo.
Good day, learners! This is Teacher Don, and welcome to this new episode full of fun, discovery, and learning. At the end of this episode, learners are expected to identify the different computer and network components and demonstrate skills in using computer and network components. Last March marked the anniversary of the first COVID-19 lockdown. Since then, schools, small businesses, healthcare providers, and the financial institutions around the world have relied on the internet to maintain operations and deliver critical services. As we adapt to the overwhelming COVID-19, we have all been forced to use online platforms to stay in touch and to forge new relationships. That is why most people opted to have their internet connection, especially those who render work from home. I'll show you something and tell me if you know any of these following and where you have seen these things. Do you know all these things? How are these things being used? Okay, that is what we're going to find out in this episode. These materials are the things needed in networking. These are the networking hardware requirements: DSL or cable modem, wired or wireless router, wired or wireless network adapters, and the Ethernet cable.
DSL or cable modem. A DSL or cable modem connects your computer to a high-speed DSL or cable internet connection. Although dial-up modems are still available for slower dial-up internet connections, the connection speeds are far too slow for a home network. Wired or wireless router. A wired or wireless router connects your DSL to cable modem to your home network. Many DSL or cable modems now have built-in routers that allow you to connect your network directly to your internet connection. Wired or wireless network adapters. A wired or wireless network adapter is the device in your computer or printers, gaming consoles, and other networking equipment that connects your computer to your network. Ethernet cabling. Ethernet cabling is used to connect your wired network adapters to a router or network switch. Even if you are using a wireless router, you will need at least one Ethernet cable to connect your wireless router to your DSL or the cable modem.
In a network, computers and other devices are connected to share resources. Network connections vary in many ways, depending on the setup the user would want to, the availability of the network devices, and the location or map area of links. One may either use wireless throughout or wired throughout. What are the materials needed?
Router basics. Your router is the glue that holds your home network together. It connects all your computers to one another, either through Ethernet cables or a wireless connection. A router is different from a modem. Your modem connects you to your internet, while your router connects your computers to one another. When you hook up your router to the modem, you are able to share that internet connection with all of the computers on your network. Sometimes modems come up with built-in routers. Devices that connect to your router, like computers, tablets, smartphones, DVDs, game systems, and so on, are called clients. Each client on the network is given an IP address, which helps your router direct traffic. Clients within a network get a local IP address, while your modem gets a global IP address. Wireless throughput. Throughput is the speed at which a router can transfer data. The transfer speed of your wireless connection is dependent on the wireless standard it uses. The most common standards today are 802.11g and 802.11n, also known as Wireless G and Wireless N respectively. Wireless N is faster than Wireless G. The routers that support Wireless N are more expensive. Most new devices like smartphones and laptops support a faster Wireless N. Wired throughput. The wired half of your router will come up in one of two speeds, 10 100 Mbps and 10 100 1000 Mbps, also known as gigabit. 10 100 routers are cheaper, but will not transfer data between computers as quickly as gigabit routers will. If you are only using your router to connect to the internet, 10 100 is fine, since your internet connection is probably slower than 100 Mbps, meaning you will not be able to actually take advantage of the router's full speed. If you are transferring data between computers, however, you may want to go with a gigabit router, since it will transfer that data much faster than a 10 100 model. Range. Wireless routers can only reach a limited area of distance. If you have a big house and have the router on one side, you might not be able to access the network from the other side of the house. Your range, like your speed, is determined by the wireless standard you use. Wireless N has a longer range than Wireless G. So, if range is important, you will want to use Wireless N. That said, there are many other ways to connect to your network from afar. Wireless extenders, also called wireless repeaters, are products you can buy that do exactly what the manuals say to extend your network further. Alternatively, you can buy a power line adapter, which lets you use your home's electrical wiring to hook a distance device up to the router with an Ethernet cable, and thus get a faster connection than wireless would allow for. Number of ports. Routers have two types of ports in the back, LAN ports and WAN ports. Your WAN port hooks up to your modem, which again is what connects to the internet, while the LAN ports hook up to your computers and other clients. Most routers have one WAN port, but you will need as many LAN ports as the wired devices you have. If you have more wired devices that can fit on a router, you can plug them all in using a wired switch. A switch is like a power strip for your router. It lets you plug in more devices that the router originally allowed. Wireless security. Unless you do not mind strangers eating your bandwidth and potentially accessing your network files, you should always protect your wireless network with a password. WPA2 is currently the most secured type of wireless encryption, so make sure you use WPA2 if you can. Some old wireless devices do not support WPA, in which case you will have to use the less secure WEP instead. Basically, every device made in the last 4 years supports the WPA2 encryption.
This time, let's check if you have learned something today. Are you ready?
Read and choose the correct response to each statement. Number 1. DSL stand for A. Direct subscriber line. B. Dial-up subscriber line. C. Digital subscriber line. D. Dual subscriber line. Number 2. In a network, computers and other devices are connected to share resources. The statement is A. Correct. B. Somewhat correct. C. Incorrect. D. Somewhat incorrect. Number 3. It is a glue that holds your home network together. It connects all your computers to one another, either through Ethernet cables or a wireless connection. A. Router. B. Modem. C. Black box. D. Antenna. Number 4. Modem connects you to the internet, while your router connects your computers to A. Network. B. One another. C. Internet. D. Devices. Number 5. Devices that connect to your router, that is, the computers, tablets, smartphones, DVRs, game systems, and so on, are called A. Devices. B. Peripherals. C. Clients. D. Network. Number 6. Throughput is the speed at which a router can transfer data. The statement is A. Correct. B. Somewhat correct. C. Incorrect. D. Somewhat incorrect.
Directions. Create an essay about the importance of computer networking. Explain your answer in one paragraph with 5 sentences. Then upload it in our Google Drive.
Rubrics. Content 40%. Conventions 30%. Creativity 30%. For a total of 100%.
Always remember, excellence isn't always about meeting specifications, but it's all about setting the specs. And that is all about the networking hardware requirements. Thank you for your active participation, learners. Keep safe and be alert, everyone. This has been Teacher Don, and I will see you again for another episode full of fun, discovery, and learning. Have a great day, everyone. Bye-bye.
DepEd Cebu Province TV-based instructions program, Sugbo Daily Classic. Sa Sugbo, bata ang sentro sa panunisyo.
Dasig Sugbo.